welcome to Positively Rebellious, a podcast on our inner transformations. I'm your host, Joanna, a certified coach and a hypnotherapist. Welcome. Episode number 9, The Deep Work in Weight Loss. Is the goal of losing weight a shallow goal? To some people it may seem like it is, and of course it depends on where you are in life. What I know for sure is that the work is deep. In this episode, I want to share with you examples of 4 women I worked with and what they faced in their minds as a part of their weight loss process. If you think that this is about calories in and calories out, but so far it's not been working, then this episode is for you. I know that people choose different methods to create the body they want or to stop overeating. Some are more in a hurry and they go for the more aggressive procedures. Some prefer to take the pills. And taking a pill, adding something, is always tempting because it seems like an easy solution. Adding is easier than removing something. But using the external will never be as powerful as using the mind. This is how we take the complete control over our habits. And of course, in the beginning of coaching work, we feel we are out of control. It seems like we have zero control over the food that makes us gain weight. It seems like our relationships, old habits, old sabotage get in the way of healthier eating. And during the work, we discover places in our mind we need to revisit or visit for the first time and make conscious changes. So, weight loss goal is not a shallow goal. When I ask, why do you want to lose weight? What do I hear? And when somebody reaches a milestone, I ask, why keep going? Why not stay here? What do I hear? The most common answer is because that is not the real me at this weight. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm surprised because in my mind, I'm much thinner. I also hear, I want to do this for myself. I want to do something only for myself. In the examples I'm about to share with you, there is a common theme. What is it? The first example, the first lady, we just did 6 nutrition and hypnosis meetings. It was before I had my current program. But she took the information and experience and applied it methodically in between the sessions. She lost 25 to 35 pounds over 5 months. It was interesting because there was very little on the conscious level I could work with. Literally, the only thought I found that made her overeat was, what the heck? Followed by serious overeating. And this is like this for a lot of us, right? The powerful thoughts sound like this. F this, screw this, what the heck? So we explored her subconscious mind a lot to find the reasons. Okay, the conscious work is the conscious conversation you have with somebody, like in coaching. But if this doesn't give us the results that we want, then you go deeper. So you go to the subconscious. And one of the methods I used was age regression, where I was looking for triggers in every decade of her life. And we landed in a time over 50 years ago. Yes, some of my clients are in their 60s. And it was surprisingly emotional for her. What she discovered, and that's the crazy part, what she discovered in hypnosis prepared her for an event in real life a few weeks later. I will only say that a situation exploded in her family. Something resurfaced from decades ago related to what we discovered. So while others were going through shame, rage, and hurt, she handled it very well. When she returned, she kept repeating the truth that she discovered, laughing, feeling free, and she admitted, I would not be able to handle it so well if not for our sessions. We also work on more positive self talk so she could escape the cycle of overeating, beating herself up, and overeating again, as it happens to many of us. If we don't consciously break the cycle of certain thoughts and feelings, it continues, and we wonder, are we possessed? Are we under a spell? And we are not. The second example. The second woman I worked with lost 40 pounds. We did only 12 sessions spread over 6 months. We didn't even do hypnotherapy. Was it shallow work? Decide for yourself. It might seem like she needed a strategy to stop snacking on sweets at night. The strategy would be the surface work. What we really needed to work through was resentment that accumulated over 30 years and was coming up in her mind at night. She also needed to be kinder to herself, but that's easier said than done. This would be more healing than replacing bad food with healthy food, because when you are kind to yourself, choosing better food is the next logical step. People who judge themselves know this. They have a very hard time learning to be kind to themselves. There is a lot of resistance to self-compassion. We believe that self-judgment is a way to improve, to become a better person. So we are a bad person to ourselves in order to be a good person. We believe self-judgment is a way for us to pay for what we did in the past. But really it's not. Do you know what self-judgment does? It creates a practice of self-judgment. We get really good at it. All it creates is a feeling of being judged and feeling guilty. Self-judgment doesn't create freedom, doesn't create a slimmer body or a better relationship with others or yourself. I know it may take a leap of faith, but if you also struggle with it, try to talk with care and kindness to yourself in moments you used to be mean to yourself. It will be weird in the beginning, but see the results. The next thing we did was, we often talk in weight loss about mindful eating, slowing down, sitting down, being present with your food. And nothing wrong with this advice, it's really good. It helps you appreciate the food that is in front of you. If it's good, because if it isn't good, then you want to be mindless and forget that you are actually eating it. And in her case, that would be a surface level advice. What we needed to do first was to increase the awareness in her mind of what was going on in there when she was at the table, eating with other people. And what was there? There was drama. She had dramatic thoughts about herself and other people and the food that were getting in the way. So this client learned incredibly fast. She took notes. I love when clients take notes. The third example, the third lady, maybe it looked like we needed to work on controlling her environment, what food was in the fridge, what food was in the house, though she was already quite organized and had great self-discipline. But that would be the surface work. What we really needed to work on was self-love, self-acceptance, and deeper belief in her worth. She had room to grow, to be more gentle with herself, and give herself permission to create the project she loved, or maybe, because I'm thinking about it right now, maybe to be okay with not creating the project she loved. I really want to talk about it more, but maybe not in this episode. If you ask me, creativity is closely connected to weight loss or weight gain. When we have a creative desire and we don't act on it, we don't feed our soul. We feel unfulfilled, and so we unconsciously overeat to fill the void. We also needed to work with her on self-love, because it was in the moments of self-loathing when she was overeating. It also might seem like we needed a strategy to handle family dinners, how to say no, how to create boundaries. That's a skill everyone needs. But before that happened, she needed to be aware that she was people pleasing. She needed to practice having her own back in her decision what's on her plate. If it's challenging for you to create boundaries, it may be because you want to accommodate everyone around you, make everybody happy. So you end up unhappy in those situations. You spread yourself thin, everything seems erratic because you never know what will make people happy. More, those people don't know what will make them happy. So maybe the best solution is to leave their happiness to them. The fourth lady, on the fourth example, maybe the solution here was to change what's on the table, maybe even change what she did in the afternoons. Maybe she needed to create an agreement with her spouse, but what she really needed was for her to feel the feelings. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable feelings for a moment, get present, and also let go of the dreadful project she did out of obligation and focus on what she loved to create. But first, of course, she needed to be clear that she wants to let go of the project. Sometimes you think you need more motivation to lose weight, but the truth may be that you need to drop all the things that drain you, all the things that leave you unfulfilled. So, as a result, you reach to the alcohol for the alcohol, sweets, trying to fill the emptiness. We believe that we can't say no to the work that drains us and makes us feel trapped. We believe that we need to push through out of obligation. But do we? Once we do all the mental work, once we harm ourselves in order to prove ourselves, we may finally see that saying no to what drains us is the most loving thing we can do. As you can see in all the examples, anything can be an opportunity for us to gain weight. And in the same way, anything can be an opportunity for us to learn, be more conscious of our mind and be in control of what we can control. And nobody is good at it from the start. We need to first have those experiences, fail, and learn from them. And the good news is that we never have to do it perfectly for it to work. I'm going to repeat that. We never have to do it perfectly for it to work. Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, I would appreciate if you could post a review on Apple Podcast. And when you are ready to commit to yourself to be free from emotional eating, please go to positivelyrebellious.com, schedule your consultation, or write to me with the questions you have, questions related to your goal, and we will see if the coaching and hypnotherapy can help you. Thank you for listening. Talk to you next time.